All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar. We got no backup quarterback. We got to look at some options that are actually out there that the Vikings might actually look at. Let me know in the comments, who do you want to be the Vikings backup quarterback? We all know the man, J.J. McCarthy, has that starting job locked down. Before we do that, hit that sub. We're like 40 away from 14,000 subscribers. So if you're watching and not subbed, do us a favor, hit that sub, hit that like button. Let's get into it. As you can see over here, we can see why the Vikings were kind of all in on hopefully re-signing Daniel Jones to the point where they were offering, it sounds like, pretty similar cashish that the Colts gave Daniel Jones. And I think it just came down to the potential Daniel Jones actually getting to play next year, what pushed him over the edge. So the names out there aren't great. And we do need a backup quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, in a perfect world, the dude plays 17 games and never misses a game in his entire career. But the fact is, he is a young buck coming off of a pretty significant injury. And if he were to go down, we would need somebody to step in because this team is locked and loaded, as you can see all the moves they've made. Also, like, McCarthy is a young guy. We need to make sure the Vikings pick a guy that is going to come in and be a very good influence. So you can see a couple names that are not on this list. Aaron Rodgers is not on this list. I know everybody's still talking about that. I will crap my pants if they actually do that. I don't think it's an option. We've talked about it, but I don't see any way in hell that happens. Crazier things have happened. Also, Kirk Cousins is being floated around as a guy who, if he gets cut, maybe the Vikings bring him back. I can't see that happening either. So there's not a ton of names out there, but these are the ones that either have been mildly rumored to the Vikings or I see as potential fits. Let's just cruise through these quick. Again, let me know your guy, who you want down below. And you know what? I don't think a trade for a backup quarterback is completely out of the picture. We have done crazier things in the past, and maybe that is something that they actually look at. But Carson Wentz, a name that we're all very familiar with. The dude has been around forever. The last 3 years, you can see he's only started 9 games. He's been that backup quarterback for the Rams, for the Chiefs. That's kind of his role now in the NFL. And to be honest, if I were to pick anybody off this list, it would probably be Carson Wentz. I think he could be a good mentor. He was an early round pick. He has been through it. He has had that pressure. And I think he's very content at just saying, you know what, I'm the backup. Honestly, I don't even want to go out there. JJ, go rip it up and do your thing. So Carson Wentz, if he had to get in, could he win a game or two in a pinch? Yeah, I think he could. If he was out there for a long time, it could get ugly. I will say Michael Silver from The Athletic did tweet this out 3 hours ago. In the Vikings organization, Kevin O'Connell's opinion carries the most weight when it comes to quarterback decisions. There's some very interesting conversations taking place right now. What the hell does that mean? Are we in for some crazy surprise? We'll see. Anyways, Russell Wilson, we saw how he did with the Steelers last year. He's obviously not the Russell Wilson that we've seen in the past with 6-5 with them. As you can see there, 36 years old. Still rumors maybe he goes to the Giants. It doesn't really sound like anybody really wants him that much. And I get why. I really don't want the Vikings to sign him. I don't know if he's the best guy to bring in for J.J. McCarthy. But Russell Wilson is a name as long as he's out there. I mean, if he was content at being the guy as a backup and being like, hey, this is your job, I'm just here to support you. Yeah, Russell Wilson, fine. But I don't know if he's that kind of guy. And he's wearing eye black for his picture. Seems weird. Seems weird to me. So Russell Wilson, until he signs, will be a name. Mac Jones, 20-29 is a career record. I think his home is as a backup in the NFL. I don't think he's a very good backup. If we were to rely on him on some games, I think it could get ugly pretty quick, even though we are absolutely loaded on offense. But at 26, Kevin O'Connell, does he look at him as a guy, you know what, maybe I can fix Mac Jones. Maybe I can do what I did with Sam Darnold. Maybe I could do what I want to do with Daniel Jones and bring him in and see what he's got. I could see that maybe being intriguing to him. Jameis Winston, man, that would be fun. That's all I got. Fun as hell. We all love Jameis Winston. I mean, if this guy had to play, he would throw 40 touchdowns and 40 interceptions, and he would have a blast doing it, and it would be damn fun to watch. I don't know if he's a real good fit for the offense, but look how happy he is, and he is one of the most entertaining dudes out there. And then Drew Lock, again, kind of Drew Lock is in that Mac Jones type of spot. He's been around. He hasn't really been overly great. He's been on some pretty bad teams. I'll give him that. But I think he's got that big arm. I think in a pinch, he could have fun in this offense, just like Jameis Winston, and maybe win a couple games. But those are the guys that are really out there that are available right now. Not saying there might not be other guys that become available, but We got some work to do. We need a backup quarterback. Nick Mullins went to the Jags. We let him go. So Michael Silver, what he put out there, is there something to it? Is something crazy going to happen? We'll see. But those are the options right now. There's a lot of other names out there. The Marcus Mariotas. Let me just Joe Flacco, Taylor Heineke. Honestly, if I could pick a perfect case scenario, call me crazy, I would love Teddy Bridgewater to come back here. Come out of retirement last year with the Lions, come back here and be a backup quarterback. Now that's a dude who could take J.J. McCarthy under his wing. Let me know down in the comments. We'll be back later grading this entire day of free agency. The Vikings have been very busy and also looking at some other needs that the Vikings could fill.